Hi guys, and welcome back to Methamphetamine. Today we're going to be doing expanding quadratics, the opposite of what we did last time out. So as you can see, we've got another equation here. We've got in brackets x plus 6, and then in another set of brackets x plus 3. Now let's get straight into it. What we need to do is we need to take the first term in the first bracket here, so this x, and we need to times that x by the first thing in the next bracket, which is this x, so that would be x squared. And then we're still with this first term here in the first bracket. We're going to go down to the second term in the second bracket and times them together, so that would be 3x. And then as you can see, there are no more terms in the second bracket to times by x, so we're going to move on to the second term of the first bracket, so 6. So, and we're going to do the same thing, so we're going to have 6 times 6x, 6 times x, which I've already spoiled the answer, is 6x. And we're going to do 6 times 3, which is obviously 18. So now we've got this equation here, and what we'll notice is 3x and 6x, they're like terms, so we can group them together. So what we can actually do is just add them together, so we get x squared plus 9x plus 18. And that is what our answer would be to this question. It's quite easy, but it's worth a lot of marks in GCSE. A lot of questions involve this, and there are more difficult examples which I'll show you right now. And this is the example I'm talking about. We've got in brackets x plus 8 close bracket squared. So you might look at that and think it's quite easy. What you just do is x squared and then plus 8 squared, which would be x squared plus 64. That's not right, you silly Billy. What we've actually got to do, if you think about it like this, 2 squared is the same as doing 2 times 2. So that whole thing squared is the same as doing x plus 8 times x plus 8. So what it would actually be is something a little more like this. It'd be x plus 8 in brackets, and then you're timesing it by itself again. So that doesn't very much like a bracket. It's a bit better. So we're timesing it by itself again, so it would be x plus 8 in the other bracket. And then it's very similar to the example we were doing before. So we just do x times x, which would be x squared, x times 8, so plus 8x, 8 times x again, so it would be another 8x, and then 8 times 8, which would be 64. And once again, we've got two like terms and two 8x's, so we can just go x squared plus 16x grouped together, two 8x's, and then plus 64 at the end. Again, quite easy, but you know, you've got to know what to do when you have a bracket squared. There's one more example I need to show you, which is also a bit difficult, but I'm sure you're going to get it, because I believe in you guys. Alright, so here we've got 3 brackets. Whatever we're going to do, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to use maths. Right, don't panic yet. You've just got to do it the same as you were doing before, but do it one step at a time. So work from left to right, and just ignore the x plus 2 bracket for now. We're just going to focus on x plus 4 and x plus 3. So we'll just do that as normal. So it'd be x squared plus 3x and then plus 4x. So we'll just group that together already, plus 7x and then plus 12. And then we've still got that bracket at the end, but what we can do is just add that on at the end as it was before. And then what we can do is just do it normally as we were before, but instead of 2 terms in this bracket, there's 3. So again, we'll just start with the first term. So x squared times x, if you don't know, is x cubed. X squared plus 2x is 2x squared. Then Then move on to the next term, so 7x times x will be 7x squared. 7x times 2 will be 14x. And then finally move on to the 12 term here. So it would be 12 times x, which would be 12x. And 12 times 2, which would be 24 at the end. So then what we can do is group together like terms like we did before. So it'd be x cubed, that's just on its own. So 2x squared plus 7x squared, so we have 9x squared. (14x plus 12x), I know that doesn't look like a 12, but so it'd be plus 26x. And then 24 is just on its own at the end, so we'll add 24 to that. And that's how you'd answer a question with 3 brackets. So I'll do some example questions now. You do it first, and then I'll do it after and see if you get it right. I'm sure you will. Very intelligent people. Alright, so here's a little example question. In brackets, x plus 6, and then another pair of brackets, x plus 8. I'll give you a couple seconds to solve it, so pause the video now. And yeah, we'll see if you get the right answer. Alright, you better have paused or else I'm coming to your house and doing nasty things. So yeah, we got this, so we'll times the first term by the first term in the second bracket, so x squared, and then it'll be 8x and 6x, so we can group them together to make it 14x. You can obviously write it out as 8x plus 6x and then group them together later, but as you do this more often, you can just do it quickly in your head. And then you do 6 times 8, which is 48, I believe. Yep, so one more example, and then if you get that right, you've boshed it. Okay, so here's the last example. It's a bit of a tricky one, but you should be able to do it. So I'll give you a couple seconds, pause the video now, and I'll do my solution in a matter of time. Back again, and yeah, I'm going to work it out. So this is kind of a combination of the things we've done already. First of all, we're going to deal with the brackets squared. So we'll write it out fully. So it'll be 2x plus 3. And then the other bracket, 2x plus 3. Let's close that one. Currently watching a Spirit X stream. If you haven't already, drop him a follow. So yeah, we can make that into, if we just do it quite quickly, if I can find my cursor, which I'm struggling to do, 4x squared, big old 4 there, plus 6x plus another 6x, so plus 12x, and then 3 times 3, which is plus 9. So then we can pop that in brackets and add the x plus 2 at the end again, and then do it all again. So 4x squared times x would be 4x cubed. Then we do 4x squared times 2, which would be 8x squared. Then 12x times x, which would be 12 squared. So we do 8 squared times 12 plus 12 squared. No, 8x squared plus 12x squared. So we get plus 20x squared. Again, you can write out x squared, 8x squared, and 12x squared if you need to. And then group the like terms together later. So after that, we've got 12x times 2, which would be 24x, and 9 times x, which would be 9x. So 24x plus 9x would be 33x. Wham, 3. And then at the end, we've got 9 times 2, which would be 18. And yeah, so if you got all the examples right, You've mastered the topic. Well done. And yeah, have a good one. I'll be back with it. Zooey Mama, what an episode on methamphetamine that one was. A real roller coaster of emotions, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have made it to this point, please do leave a like. Please do subscribe. It really helps the channel out, guys. Come on. Give me that YouTube money. They haven't monetized me yet. Yeah, next time I'm going to be doing, I think, the quadratic formula. And I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in a bit.